2-2 count.
Hello and welcome back. We've got a 2-2 count on Trevor Poor with a runner on third, which is Dylan Jones. Ooh, Poor goes down looking, so that's big right there. Second out of the inning.
That was a rough. I don't know. That was a pretty borderline pitch right there. It looked like it was a ball to me, but been told that there's a storm coming this way, so hopefully we can get this game in before it arrives.
Yeah, it's the second out of the inning, so to see what's going to happen here as
it would
Channing
be really
Call steps
nice for Northwood to be able to get a hit right here.
First pitch to Call is right down the middle for a strike. He was looking, so
he struck out last at bat, so hopefully he can redeem himself right here, get a hit and get an RBI.
We'll see what Call does here. He's a number 8 hole hitter.
Here's the pitch.
Second pitch is on the way outside corner for a ball, so we got a even 1-1 count.
Maybe Call can get a base rip.
It'd be big right now for Northwood to get that and push it across and make it a one-run game. It's 4-2 right now.
It'd be really big.
Holston.
I mean, they really haven't tested Holston's infield that much. Haven't really put the ball in play a lot. Well, they did one. They made an error, so I mean.
The 1-1 is on the outside corner for a ball.
That's key. I mean, Holston's not that great of a defensive team, so.
Yeah, just gotta have to see what happens here. This game's gonna be. I think it's gonna be pretty close on down the road. Next pitch is going to be a ball, so now we're at a 3-1 count. And now Conrad Thacker's in some trouble. I don't think we'll see Conrad much longer.
I don't know. He's pitching pretty good. They haven't been able to do much with him, so we'll see.
Yeah,
they really don't have that much of a pitching. I mean, they've got center
especially
fielder,
if they're going to have to compete with Chilhowie tomorrow.
T.J. Widener, I expect him to pitch tomorrow against Chilhowie, so they probably won't pitch him. He probably pitched against Roar Tree, so probably.
Of course, they do have the advantage. They didn't have to pitch.
That's true. They have that
anybody
bye.
bye.
That's true. So yeah, they'll probably pitch him tomorrow.
3-1 pitch is inside for ball 4. So now we've got runners on first and third, and now batting is the number 9 hitter Stacy Hess. But he hit 238 last year.
Yeah, Call's pretty fast. I mean, he plays quarterback for the football team. He's got a little bit of speed to him. So if I was Northwood's coach right now, Lawrence,
put him in motion.
I would put him in motion. I mean, you got a little bit of speed over there on third base. I mean, as soon as the catcher releases the ball, send the guy going home. Hopefully he can score before he gets him out, if he does get him out. That's maybe what they're talking about as they go to the mound right now.
Yeah, they're worrying about that first and third play right there. Is the catcher and pitcher vet right there. Conrad Thacker met up over there with Dakota Barlow.
Right now, as Conrad Thacker checks the runner over at first base, he prepares the pitch. Here comes his pitch.
It's inside for a ball, so.
Thacker toes the rubber, waiting for the sign from the catcher. This would be a big hit right here. Stacy Hess can get around on this ball.
Yeah, we've got a.
Here comes the pitch. Fouls it off. Back behind the catcher. We got a 1-1 count here in the top of the 4th inning. Holston's up on Northwood 4-2. The story's really been Northwood's defense. They've got 2 errors, which really hurt them.
Yeah, those 2 big errors for Northwood have been really costly as far as when you look at the overall score of this game. 4-2, Holston leads here. Stacy Hess has got a big time at bat here. That's a ball, so now we're at 2-1.
Had a big game over there on the softball field just a while ago, if y'all just now tuned in.
Yeah, extra innings.
It's a good game. I believe Northwood gets to play Holston tomorrow for the championship.
It's going to be a big time game, too, for softball.
Really good game.
So now we've got a 2-1 count here with 2 outs, runners on first and third. Here's the pitch inside for a ball, so
another 3-1
count, and this is big because if walk him, you've got Chaz Jones on deck.
Yeah, the All-State Foundation
Player of the Year for that.
Yeah, so I mean,
this is a big time pitch right here. Get it back to 3-2. It's hard to tell what could happen. It's 3-1 right now.
Meeting on the mound right now as Matlock goes out there to address Conrad, maybe sell him down a little bit as he's second 3-1 count in a row.
This is just one of those innings that Conrad has to remember. He's only given up 2 runs. He's still ahead by 2 runs, you know, and as a pitcher, it's sort of hard to look past that because you could have been out of this inning so many pitches.
David Keith wouldn't have made that error. They'd have been out a long time ago. Maybe those 2 runs wouldn't have scored, so it's always interesting to see what could happen or what did happen.
Yeah, it's sort of. It hurts you as a pitcher when your defense didn't make them plays. You feel like you've got to strike everybody out. It's not like Conrad's pitched a bad game.
No, he's pitched
it's
really
just the
good.
fact he's had to throw so many
only
pitches.
Gave up 3 hits. And
he's had to throw a lot of pitches here just because of errors.
Austin Robinson's pitched pretty good, too. He's only gave up 3 hits as well. So, I mean, it's been a pretty tight game. I mean,
the 3-1 pitch is on the way. Swung on or missed. Inside fastball. So now we're on a 3-2 count with run. This is a big time pitch right here. Runners on first and third with 2 outs.
Runners should be running right here. Maybe Stacey Hess can do something with this pitch. Put it in play, get a base hit. Be key.
The 3-2 is on the way. They're going to call strike 3 looking. Oh. That's something you definitely don't want to do if you're Stacey Hess, is go down looking with runners in scoring position. That's going to do it for Northwood here in the top of the 4th inning. Now, as we head into the bottom of the 4th, the Holston Cavaliers lead the Northwood Panthers 4-2. So we saw a little change right there. Yeah, Northwood got a couple back, and now we'd all to see if they can keep the momentum going as they go into the bottom half of this inning. And Austin Robbins gets back up there on the rubber.
That was good by Holston right there to minimize the damage a little bit, only giving up 2 runs right there.
Yeah, I mean, they had that runner on third base with 1 out. And way to dodge that by Conrad Thacker, worked through the
inning
problem right there. And
I don't know what Matlock said to him when out there, but it obviously worked to come back with that strike inside.
He had to come back with 2 strikes, And
now, that last one, it was close. It looked like a ball, but, I mean, you got 2 strikes on it as your hitter.
You got to protect.
You got to fight that off.
I mean, if it's close enough to be a strike.
Might have been a bad call, but
or to be called a strike,
yeah,
you don't want to go down like
close
that.
Close enough to be questioned.
And so as far as momentum-wise, they were able to halt the momentum there by Northwood.
But now when Northwood gets back up, Chaz Jones, their leadoff hitter, is going to be up, so that could be big for them.
Yeah, that might help, but the situation called for them to get back up to the leadoff.
Right now up for Holston is number 16. I believe that is
Peyton Garrett.
Peyton Garrett. So they're at the bottom of their lineup.
Yeah, we'll see what Peyton does here to start the top of the 4th. It's a ball, so we've got a quick 1-0 count.
8-9-1's up right now for Holston, so maybe they can score a couple runs. Try to get those back that Northwood just scored.
We'll see what happens here. Second pitch is a strike, so we've got a 1-1 count.
Got a little
Peyton
overcast.
He's DHing for Wes Roberts. So.
Got a little overcast blowing in right here.
The wind's starting to pick up.
Yeah.
So we've got a ball hit to first base. It's going to be beat out by Garrett. Garrett's got some wheels. And he's going to get on with an infield single after an error by the first baseman.
Well, the first baseman, that come off his shin or something. I mean, that's a 3rd error of Northwood tonight. They got to start making those easy plays.
Yeah, I mean, Holston's going to give them plenty of chances, I believe. But you've got to take advantage of those easy ground balls right at you. And that's something they weren't able to do that time. So we'll see. Now batting is Austin Almany, the number 9 hitter. He's been about everywhere in this lineup as well.
He's playing right field. He's DH'd a little bit. Played second base. Finally, they decided to stick him at right field. I feel like that was the best. Prater checks the runner over at first base.
First pitch was a pitch out there. They were trying to get Garrett. They were trying to catch him out right there on first base, but they weren't able to throw back and get him. So now we're at a 1-0 count to the plate for Austin Almany. Robbins winds up. Almany shows bunt, but he pulls back 2-0 count.
And as a coach right there, you like to see that your catcher's got enough confidence in his arm and in his throw to actually attempt that throw to first base.
Well, they did that at the start of the game before we saw.
Expands your repertoire a lot as a catcher.
Yeah, that's something a lot of people don't really think about. It's how the quality of your catcher. If you've got a good catcher, you can control a lot of things.
Yeah, you can control
as far as the base paths are a big thing to control.
As a catcher, you need to have an arm and you need to be able to block up the ball.
The third pitch of the at-bat is a strike, so we've got a 2-1 count on Albany.
Coaching my sophomore year, Jake Cochran.
That ball's going to get by the catcher, and that's going to be a free base for Peyton Garrett as he scoots over to second base.
I caught my sophomore year, Coach Cochran. He taught me, said, whatever you do, we need you to have the best game of your life every day behind the plate. Doesn't matter what you do in the box, just have a good game behind the plate. I mean,
you're touching.
Key. I mean,
you
can give up 3 or 4 runs by just getting one ball past you. I mean, it's really important.
Yeah, the 3-1 pitch is looked at for a strike, so we're at a 3-2 count. And as a catcher, you talk about shortstop being the most important position. You hear that a lot. Catcher is huge because you've got to deal with you got to catch it every time. That ball's going to be hit over in the gap, misplayed by Channing Call over in right field. Garrett's going to turn around here, and he's going to score after some bad cutoff throw right there. So Garrett's going to score from second base.
There's a bad read right there by
Channing now it's
Call.
5-2 Holston. You can tell Austin Robbins isn't very happy with Channing Call after that. So that's a double and an RBI.
Should have been a call
for Austin Almany. That's a big hit for a 9-hole hitter. Now you're back up to the top with Shane Milhorn, and you still have not recorded an out.
And back to the catcher thing. And also, as a catcher, you need to know where you want the pitcher to throw, where to set up your target at. Let the pitcher know where he wants you to throw, because he's going to try to hit your mitt. So it's really important that you keep the mitt low and not leave it out over the plate.
And the first pitch to Milhorn is outside for a ball. And that's definitely one of the things right there. And another thing we hadn't seen a lot of is good cutoff play.
Yeah.
Nobody's really, out of any of these, out of the 2 games we broadcasted today, nobody's really hit their cutoff. I'm sure Chilhowie would, but we never got to see George Tree. I mean,
that's
George
really
hit it.
Important, though. I mean, double, he overruns the bag or something.
Yeah, you have no chance.
No, there's no chance at all.
That ball's going to
even allows for an extra run to score.
There's a ball going to be flied out to center over the center fielder's head. So that's going to, looks like it's going to score Austin Almany from second base, and Milhorn goes in standing at third. So that was a very quick, very big triple right there for Milhorn. He scooted around the bases there.
Pretty quick. He got around there fast. I was a little bit surprised how fast he got around those bases.
I thought they had another runner on that I forgot about.
I don't expect to see Austin Robbins in this game much more. They're starting to dial in on him and hit him a little bit. I don't expect him to
his outfielders aren't helping him. Those are 2 balls that are in range to be caught.
Yeah, they need to work on their jumps a little bit. Maybe,
first step back.
Maybe haven't worked on that in practice. Maybe not coached as well as some of the other teams in the league.
Now batting is Conrad Thacker. First pitch was a strike.
It's really important to get your fundamentals down, especially in the outfield. I mean, getting that read and getting that first step back, I mean, it can mean a difference.
So right when Northwood gets those runs back, they give them back.
Yep.
Now they trail by 4 again, 6-2 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Northwood's confidence was just crushed right there.
You can tell. You can tell Austin Robbins just sort of struggling to get through this inning. That's going to be a line drive hit to the third baseman. He's going to tag third and get Milhorn out. Big time play right there to get that runner off third.
That was
get the
play.
Double play right there. Josh Williams gets it. That's a big time play. Double play.
Now we got 2 outs right here. No runners on base. That right there was big
huge
for Northwood.
That was huge.
That might have saved him a run.
And now batting is Devin Keith. First pitch strike. I bet Austin Robbins' strike sets him down here.
I think he might do it.
He's got some momentum after.
Confidence. He's a little irritated after giving up those 2 runs. I think he's going to come back right here.
The 0-1 is on the way, and now it is a 0-2 count after Keith is looking in. Keith hasn't been very aggressive today.
Nah, last year he was a lot more aggressive. I mean, he was hitting the ball really hard last year. He hasn't done much this year.
The 0-2 is check swung on and called strike 3, so that's going to do it for the Cavaliers.
Set him down.
So that was the Cavaliers' last out of the inning. Austin Robbins gets out of a big-time jam right there with the help of that double play by Josh Williams that he did all by himself. He caught the line drive and tagged third base while he was doing.
That was a play to know what to do with the ball after you caught it too, because I mean that was really close, and that was a split second you had to react there.
And for
Conrad
as we
Thacker's
go into the
pitching.
And now we got to go back into the top of the 5th. Northwood finds themselves trailing again by 4, 6-2. So we'll see what happens. And they're starting back at the top of the lineup, so that's the only plus of this.
Yeah.
If they could have got out of that, they needed their outfielders to make better angles.
Yeah, they do. Their outfielders are not getting their first step back, and they're not reading the ball very well. I don't know if it's just playing in the nighttime if they haven't had very much experience. I mean, Northwood doesn't have lights. Not many teams in our district do have lights. They're not experienced in playing outside. So that might be part of the problem. And plus, the wind's starting to pick up a little bit, I do believe, as the storm's starting to roll in. So
I think we're starting to get a little storm brewing off to the.
Hopefully, it'll hold off till we get this
real bad around us, but it's not really. It's not really doing anything right here in front of us.
Hopefully it'll hold off till we get this game over with, as it's 8:46. Hopefully it won't last much longer. It's 9:30.
Yeah, so we've got a 6-2 Holston lead over Northwood here in the second semifinal of the day. It'll be the last one. Who's going to play Chilhowie? You know, that's basically what this game is. And
I mean, I'd like to see one of these teams get up there and upset Chilhowie.
Yeah, I'd like to see a little shake-up.
I would too. It's always good to see an underdog win one every now and then. It'd be great if Northwood would come back and win this and to come back tomorrow and beat Chilhowie. But you never know. That's why you play the game.
Yeah, anything can happen within these next 2 innings or
Chaz
3
Jones
innings. Counting
leads off right now for Northwood.
Yeah, Chaz Jones comes up. He walked and grounded out to short his first 2 appearances. He fouls off the first pitch, though, so now he's down 0-1. And Conrad Thacker's really settled down.
He has settled down. He's pitched a really good ball game.
So here's the 0-1 pitch to Jones. It's going to be It's going to be check swung on, and it's going to be called a strike.
Yeah, Thacker's kept his composure all game. He's kept the ball low and outside. He hasn't thrown anything meat. He's only given up 3 hits, which is really good. And his defense they've played all right. They've only got 1 error, so that's pretty big.
The 0-2 pitch is outside for a ball, and if your defense is playing behind you, you feel like you can do anything as a pitcher. It's definitely.
And then he's got a lead, so that's a big confidence boost for a pitcher. When you have that lead, especially a 4-run lead, that's big for a pitcher.
That's a swinging strike by Chaz Jones. So that's going to do. That's going to do it for him.
You're not scared to walk someone. You're more willing to rear back and throw a little bit harder, maybe try to get it past you.
And that's the first out of the inning there in the top of the 5th. So now batting is Cameron Sauls, a shortstop for this Northwood Panther team. Let's see if he can get something started here before they're really in the hole here with if they don't get him on base, they'll have 2 outs.
It hasn't been good for Northwood yet. They haven't been able to get runners on base. It's been the problem.
First pitch is a ball. Had a lot on it, didn't it?
Yeah, that was a good curveball. He's got a pretty good breaking curveball. I mean, as long as you can pick that up as a hitter, you'll be all right. But it's tough to pick up, especially when it's dark like this.
The 1-0 is
right
popped up. It's going to be close to being fair. It's not going to be fair. It's going to be foul by about a foot. So dodged the bullet there. Holston did.
Yeah, they did.
Cameron Sauls put it right down the line. We've got a 1-1 count here with 1 out in the top of the 5th.
If he can straighten that out, that'd have been a good hit.
If he can get that one out there just another foot, if it was a little bit later.
Yeah.
A little bit out in front of that, so we 1-1 count. We'll see what he does here.
Wait a little bit. It's the inside pitch, so you got to turn on that. It appears probably are going to get some rain as the softball coaches and our athletic director appear to be pulling the tarp on the softball field right now, so expecting some rain here later.
Probably tomorrow, too.
Yeah, probably tomorrow. I don't know if we'll be able to play
bad tomorrow. I doubt we get the championship game in tomorrow.
We might not.
And the 1-1 pitch.
If we do, it'll be real muddy like it was Saturday here.
The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, so now we've got a 1-2 pitch, and here's the delivery. Strike 3 swinging, so Conrad Thacker strikes out the first 2 batters of the inning as Josh Williams, the third baseman, steps up.
That's a lot of strikeouts so far by Conrad Thacker. I'm not sure how many it is, but he's been pretty dominant out there on the mound. It's been hard to hit him. How many has he got right here?
7 strikeouts.
7 strikeouts in 5 innings. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, in 5 and 2/3 innings. So he's done his work. First pitch swinging there by Josh Williams.
4 2/3. It's 5th inning, so.
Yeah, 4 2/3.
I think he's still got a lot in his tank. I think they'll leave him out here because they have. If they do play tomorrow, they play Chilhowie. I'm assuming they'll pitch.
Yeah, TJ
Wagner
first pitch or second
field.
pitch is in the black for a ball. It looked like it was going to be a strike right there on the corner, but they didn't call it, so we're at a 1-1 count.
See what number 6 can do right here.
Here's a 1-1 again. Conrad throws it in the dirt for ball 2, so we're at a 2-1 count.
Number 6 right here as he gets the pitch back. Thacker toes the rubber right now. Hopefully Northwood can get a 2-out rally going right here with their number 3 hitter up Williams in.
The 2-1 is swung on or missed for strike 2, so now we're at an even 2-2 count.
It'd be really key right now if Northwood could start a little 2-out rally right here. They desperately need some runs. It's getting late in the game, top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, after this, 7 outs.
They've only got 6 more outs after this out. So
strike 3 swinging, so that's going to do it.
Williams
for the Panthers.
That strikeout slammed his bat on the ground. So I mean,
Conrad Thacker strikes out the side. So
that's 8 strikeouts on the day in 5 innings. So that's pretty good.
It's good work for Conrad Thacker so far. Now, his night's not over. He's still got 6 more outs.
I think he's got a lot more in him. I think if Holston scores a couple more runs, I think the game might be over. I mean, I just don't think Northwood's playing with a lot of confidence out here.
Yeah, if Austin Robbins can set them down this inning.
Although I do believe Northwood's going on to the region because they're like in the same class as Holston is, which is not that great. Kind of for the weaker teams, I guess you'd say. Even though these are
lower, the less
populated
schools.
I mean, they're all single A. It doesn't really make any sense, but
that's why they're making changes to it, right?
That's true. Exactly. That's why they need to make changes to it.
And Northwood now trails 6-2 as we head into the bottom of the 5th. Holston's going to grab a bat here and see what they can do. Hopefully,
I mean, when you got teams like Twin Valley and Twin Springs making the playoffs, I mean, that's saying something ain't right.
Oh yeah, well we see that in about every sport now these days. We see you see like football. You see teams make it that hadn't made it. It's just so they can get. I understand the fact that a lot of different teams are getting to play.
Well, in football now they're doing the point system.
Looks like they're going to bring the players in now. They're going to bring them off the field maybe because of
catch some lightning right now. That storm starting to blow through. I mean,
you can feel the wind starting to pick up.
I do believe that as it stands, if they do not get to play the game, that it might be over. That they got 4.5 innings in.
So Holston's probably sitting over there saying poor baby 4.
5 in, or that it has been 4.5 since Holston's up right now. So I don't think it really matters.
Looks like
so. The game might be over.
Looks like they're bringing out a mat for home plate. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're going to cover it. I don't know if they're going to get to finish the game. I haven't really looked at the weather radar right yet, but
they're going to give it a little bit of time, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I do believe.
Wouldn't be fair to Northwood if they did. No. So we've got
I think they should finish the game. I mean,
we've got this 6-2 pause in the action here as we're bringing out the tarps here to cover the home plate and the pitcher's mound, and maybe this stuff will pass us. So hopefully we can. I'm sure this is just a lightning delay.
Yeah, but I mean it's 30 minutes, so it might be a while.
Yeah, we'll be here a while. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
If you're Jason Matlock right now, you want the lightning to come.
Everybody, can want to talk a little bit?
What are you going to talk about? All right. No, let Officer Cruz. Let Officer Cruz. Let Officer Cruz. What are we going to talk about? Just who this advantage plays to?
Sure.
All right, welcome back here. We were in the middle of a lightning delay, it looks like, as both teams have took to the dugouts here. So we're nailing down the tarp down on the pitcher's mound and home plate. And I've got a very special guest, our music man up here in the booth, Officer Cruz. He's going to be up here just to get us through this rain delay. And who do you think this advantage goes to as far as the lightning delay? If the game doesn't, well, I know if you're Holston, you definitely don't want the game to get started back. You're leading 6-2.
That's right. If you're Jason Matlock right now, you want the game to go ahead and be called. And I'm just, reason I'm saying that, you're up. Game basically is over. You got the win. You go in tomorrow's championship game. I also got to think about the fact that you're not going to be wasting any more pitchers. The arms
get
of
out
pitchers.
Easier.
You're going to get your team rested that much quicker. And they're not going to have to play a full game. So.
And as for Northwood, they're sitting over praying it doesn't happen, because as of right now, as far as I understand, this is a complete game. We're through the 5th inning here. We're to the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, it should be a complete game. And really Northwood, I wouldn't be surprised if they couldn't rally back if they went to full, 7 innings. They've showed that they can actually come back when needed.
And they can get runners on.
Yeah, they're getting runners on. They make an error or two here, no big deal. But basically, Holston's got some pretty good sticks out there. I mean, they're just placing it where Northwood's not.
And it's nothing Northwood can help either. I mean, as far as a couple walks here and there, and that home run really got them down early by T.J. Widener. But since then, everything settled down. They got their 2 runs back, and then it was 4-2, and then Holston answers back with 2 runs again. So it's a battle of 2s right now. 2 runs an inning.
That's right. And the home run, when you look at that, it pretty much set the standard, I guess you could say, for Northwood. When that happens early in the game, it pretty much gets you down, gets you thinking that you're outgunned, and kind of is a disadvantage right off the bat.
Yeah, and especially you can see Matlock's bringing his daughter in the dugout. I don't know if it's very good to do with the lightning.
Well, the dugout may be the safest place to be right now.
Yeah, it might be. There hadn't been any rain falling, so.
No, but
you actually got to go out there to see what's the weather look like it's going to be doing.
It looks pretty bad. It's coming in from the south, and then also over towards Damascus it looks pretty bad too. So I'm not sure exactly which direction it's coming.
I don't know if Saltville would want any more rain.
I don't think they can handle any more rain.
They've had to deal with a lot. They had some heavy flooding over the past few days.
Saltville, if it just barely rains, it causes some damage to some of the roads and some of the surrounding areas. So any rain right now is going to be unappreciated.
So they're hoping it doesn't rain for more than one reason.
That's exactly right. They'd like to get this game in.
And right now it looks like it looks like we're actually in a patch of dry. That stuff's going right down underneath us. But we've got some other stuff at Abingdon that looks like it's going to catch us, just the tip of it. So.
Well, we got a report about 30-40 minutes ago from principal from Holston High School. Jimmy King came up and was informing us that there was a bad storm in the Kingsport area coming up and should hit us within about an hour. And he's kind of dead on. I mean, we're coming up on the hour mark, and kind of looks like it's getting ready to hit us. So
we might want to lock the doors and close the windows.
When Jimmy King tells you it's going to rain, we need to go.
Bad storm's coming.
Yeah, we've got a bad storm coming, so we probably need to take some cover.
Let's see. The area, get in the cars. We're going to call the game for tonight. There's a bad storm. We have 25 minutes before it hits Glade Springs. So if you guys, players, will load the buses, and fans, get in the cars.
So bad storm. So we're going to go
you
ahead.
Heard it. You heard it from the man.
We're going to pack up our stuff very quickly, or we're going to go ahead and shut off this broadcast. Hope everyone stays safe in this. 6-2 Holston wins. So Holston will definitely take that. We're going to go ahead and go off air. Thank you for listening in. We'll be back whenever we are able to for the championship game tomorrow. So thanks.